connecting with the divine. My son, listen carefully to these words, for they come from the deepest part of my eternal heart. I, your God, the one who formed you in the womb, draw near to you at this moment with tenderness, with love, but also with urgency. I know every corner of your soul, every hidden thought, every tear that hasn't yet fallen from your eyes. Nothing escapes my gaze or my care. I have been with you every step of the way, even in those moments when you thought you were alone. But today, beloved child, there is something you must know. You are on the verge of losing something very precious, something I placed in your hands with purpose, and perhaps you have not valued it as you should. Please, do not miss this special video. It is a message from God to brighten your day. Click like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. We aim to reach 1,000 subscribers to spread even more faith and hope. Watch until the end. Click on the first comment and discover the secret ritual to attract money and prosperity in 2025. I do not speak to scare you, but to awaken you. To open your eyes and show you what the noise of the world tries to hide. This message is a sign. It is my voice, clear, direct, loving, and firm, speaking to you. Listen to me until the end, because at the end I will reveal a truth that can transform your destiny. Comment, today is my day to start over with God. It is not a coincidence that you are reading these words. It is no accident that, in the midst of your routine, your spirit was guided here. I prepared this moment long ago. Do you know why? Because your soul cries out in silence, and even if your lips do not speak certain prayers, I hear them. You are surrounded by tasks, responsibilities, and commitments, and without realizing it, what is most valuable may be slipping through your hands: your faith, your peace, your relationships, your purpose. Sometimes I send gentle signs, whispers of warning. Other times, like now, I speak with firmness. Not because I want to punish you, but because I want to save you from a fall. You asked for a sign, you prayed for direction, you pleaded for a word. And here it is. This message is your answer. But you must open your heart, lay aside distractions, and pay attention. The enemy of your soul does not rest, and if you lower your guard, he will come to steal what I myself placed in your hands. Awaken, my child. Throughout your life, I have spoken to you, through people, through situations, through silence, through embraces. I have sent warnings disguised as advice, blessings hidden in small losses, and even in emptiness, I left signs of my presence. But many times, you are too busy to perceive them. You are so focused on what you lack, that you do not see what you already have. That is why, today, I pause with you. Today, I call you to look around with spiritual eyes. Perhaps you are losing your sense of wonder, or the joy in simple things, or even the love of those who cherish you most. All of this is part of the great treasure I placed in your life. But if you do not awaken now, that treasure may be lost. And not because I took it, but because you failed to protect it. I call you to take care of what I gave you: your faith, your family, your purpose, your identity. Can you see me now, speaking to you at this very moment? Then listen well, there is still time. Comment, God transforms my weaknesses into strength. Many wait for great miracles but ignore the miracles that happen every morning. The air you breathe, the beating of your heart, the embrace you received yesterday, the unexpected smile that reached you, all of this is me acting in your everyday life. But you, my child, sometimes long for the spectacular, the visible, the immediate. And yet, you overlook the essential. That is why this warning is not to frighten you, but to restore your clarity. Perhaps your soul is being worn down by small cracks, constant complaining, comparison, fear of the future, ingratitude. And these cracks, if not addressed, weaken the entire foundation. I am the architect of your life, and I know where to strengthen, what to repair, what to renew. But I need your willingness. I need you to say, Father, let your will be done in me. For I cannot force your surrender. I respect your freedom, but I long for your surrender. When you surrender, I restore. When you trust, I act. When you obey, I open the way. Comment, I rest in the love of God, who never abandons me. God created us as unique individuals and does not lead us all in the same way. He has an individual, different, and unique plan for each of us. Therefore, if you want to win your race, you'll need to find your own running style. Of course, we can learn from others, but we must not try to copy them at the cost of losing our own individuality. While following the advice and examples of others, we also need to spend quiet time with God, asking Him for specific guidance for our lives. Moreover, many people have no idea that there is a powerful method to manifest money. There is a manifestation technique that can change your beliefs about reality at the deepest level of your subconscious mind. This technique literally changed my life. I invite you to give it an honest try. Try clicking the link in the first comment to see if it works for you too. When you believe that God wants to manifest in your life, you gain the boldness to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in unique and wonderful ways, so be open and confident as you seek His blessings and divine direction, believing that He has a special plan for you. I know you're tired. I know there are days when your faith feels weak, when it seems my promises are taking too long, and the waiting becomes a burden. But you are not alone in this valley. I am with you. I am there, in the silence, collecting your tears and strengthening you even when you don't realize it. The answers you asked for have not been lost, they are being perfected. And do you know why? Because what I have to give you is far better than what you imagined. But you must remain firm, my child. Don't stop now. Don't abandon prayer. Don't walk away from my presence. Don't ignore the small details that speak of my love. The battle is real, but my victory is already declared. And you, as my beloved child, will inherit this victory if you don't give up. Remember, the promise still stands, even if you cannot see it yet. Today I come to remind you of the value of what you already have. Look around. See the faces that love you, the blessings that surround you, the opportunities that still await you. Not everything is lost. Maybe you've lost something, but you haven't lost everything. As long as there is life, there is possibility. As long as there is faith, there is future. And as long as you have me, you have everything. What today seems small will become the foundation of something great tomorrow. Do not despise your humble beginnings. Do not belittle the small doors, for I am the one who passes through them. Don't look at your life through the eyes of the world. Look through the eyes of the Spirit. I have sustained you until now, and I will not leave you halfway. But I need you to value what I've given you. Because what is not valued is lost. And you are about to lose something precious if you don't recognize it in time. Perhaps you're asking, Lord, what am I about to lose? And I answer you with love, you might be about to lose your identity in me. You may be starting to stop believing in the impossible. You might be letting doubt extinguish the fire of your purpose. You could be disconnecting from love, from forgiveness, from grace. I gave you a calling, a mission, an inheritance. And now the enemy wants to distract you, wear you down, make you think it's no longer worth fighting for. But I say to you, it is worth it, because what is coming is more glorious than what is behind. Do not let weariness steal what is eternal. Do not allow a momentary wound to make you give up on an eternal destiny. This is your time of decision. Either you remain distracted, or you open your eyes and protect what is yours. And what is yours, my child, is also mine. Engrave these words on your heart: the love of God is the embrace that sustains my soul. Because this is what you must remember when everything seems to fall apart. I am your embrace. I am your refuge. I am the one who sustains your soul when you think you can't take it anymore. But I need you to stop and listen to me. This is not the time to run without direction. This is not the time to live just putting out fires. It's time to build on the rock, on my word, on my promise. It's time to make space for me in the middle of your routine. To seek me not only when everything goes wrong, but every day, in every decision. I want to walk with you, not behind you. I want to be first on your agenda, not your last resort. I want to be your priority, because when you place me first, everything else finds its place. My child, do not be afraid. This message is not to condemn you, but to save you. It is not for you to feel guilty, but loved. If I speak firmly, it is because I want you to recover what is yours before it's lost. It is because I have higher plans, greater blessings, and deeper miracles waiting for you. But I cannot give you new things if you are not yet valuing what you already possess. This is your moment to awaken. This is your calling. My beloved child, listen to my voice as it whispers within your spirit, even when everything around you seems silent. At times, you expect me to speak through grand signs, through extraordinary events or voices that echo loudly in the world. But I want you to know that my deepest way of speaking is found in the ordinary, the subtle, the simple. When you offer a gesture of kindness without expecting anything in return, when you smile without realizing it, when you help someone without calculation, these are manifestations of my love through you. I am the one who moves you from within to touch the world outside. And in the same way, I am present when you receive a loving gesture, a comforting word, even if you forget it soon after. Because all these things are seeds I myself plant in your path, to remind you that you are never alone. These are small gifts, seemingly common, but filled with my power and grace. Many times, what seems small today will be what you remember most tomorrow. The peace of a quiet morning, the warmth of an embrace, the presence of someone who listens attentively, these moments build your faith, strengthen your spirit, and nourish your hope. Cherish them, for in them, I am. Learn to perceive my presence between the lines of life. While you walk hurriedly, focusing on what you still lack, you often fail to notice the blessings already surrounding you. Life is not only made of great events but mainly of the small moments that stitch your story with beauty and meaning. Many times, you seek immediate answers, you want to see miracles with your eyes, hear heavenly voices with your ears. But I speak more profoundly, through silence. When everything around you is still, when your heart is restless, and your soul cries out for direction, it is there, in the stillness, that I am shaping you the most. Silence is not absence, it is divine language. It is in silence that I teach you to trust, to wait, to rely. When you hear nothing, when all seems suspended, it is because I am calling you to dive deeper into faith. Faith that sees without sight, hears without sound, walks without understanding. Do not be distressed when you feel I am silent. It is precisely then that I work unseen miracles, deep transformations, healings that make no noise but change everything within you. Perhaps you are going through such a moment right now. A time when heaven seems distant, when answers don't come, when prayer seems ineffective. But I want to remind you, I am here. I walk with you even when you don't see me. I uphold your steps even when you think you're alone. There are opportunities hidden in the ordinary, answers disguised in simple moments. And if you stop to observe with the eyes of your soul, you will realize that I have been responding to you all along, not through thunder, but through breezes, not through crowds, but through intimacy. Filtering your thoughts, guiding you with peace, leading you with love. I work behind the scenes of your story, in the details no one sees, in the deep layers of your being. And when you quiet yourself to truly listen to me, you make room for me to act. Silence becomes an altar. The pause becomes an encounter. Stillness becomes a doorway to the divine. Yes, child, when everything goes quiet on the outside, it's because I'm inviting you to hear what's screaming on the inside. Do not underestimate the power of a life lived in gratitude. There are miracles hidden in the routine. There are revelations disguised as normality. You don't need more to be happy, you need spiritual eyes to see what you already have. To wake up and breathe, to have someone to talk to feel an embrace, to laugh at something simple, to end the day in peace, all these are divine gifts. And when you begin to recognize their beauty, heaven opens within you. Faith is not built only in the high moments, but especially in the consistency of ordinary days. It's when you keep believing even without feeling, even without seeing, even without understanding. That kind of faith is precious to me. It is the faith that moves mountains, transforms hearts, and attracts my presence more deeply. So instead of complaining about the silence, learn to dwell in it. Instead of waiting for the extraordinary, open your heart to what seems small. That's where I am. That's where I reveal myself. That's where eternity touches your life with gentleness. Many times, you've allowed the noise of the world to draw you away from me. The obligations, the fears, the worries, the constant distractions, these things try to occupy the space that belongs to the sacred. And the more distracted you are, the more distant I may seem. But child, I never go away. I am the one still calling you through the noise, trying to reach your heart through the stillness that remains within you. I know not everything can be avoided, that some responsibilities are legitimate and some pains are real. But if you seek me first, everything else will find its rightful place. Do not let the urgent replace the eternal. What is temporary cannot overshadow what is divine. Gather your spirit, quiet your heart, and turn your gaze to what truly matters, your relationship with me. I am your source, your balance, your refuge. No storm is greater than my presence. No restlessness is stronger than my peace. No doubt is more powerful than my love for you. Now, my child, take a deep breath and receive this truth in your heart. I am with you in every detail. I see you when you cry in silence. I sustain you when no one sees your struggle. I embrace you when your soul is weary. And even if the whole world says you are alone, I say to you, I have never been closer. You walk uncertain paths, but each of your steps is guided by me. And while you wait for answers, I am already at work. Sometimes I wrap you in silence not to distance myself but to draw you closer, to teach you how to depend on me more deeply. To help you discover that my presence is not limited to feelings but dwells within your very being. And when everything seems still, trust, the invisible is in motion. I am shaping you with love, with patience, with purpose. And when the right time comes, what once was hidden will reveal itself as a blessing. But until then, embrace the silence, celebrate the simple, value the present. For in it, and through it, I continue to love you, to form you, and to prepare you for all that is still to come. My child, distractions don't arrive all at once, they slip in quietly, like subtle whispers that stretch shadows over your soul until everything once clear becomes confused. First, it's just a harmless worry. Then, an urgency that demands your attention. Before long, you're exhausted, disconnected, running without knowing where to, and most concerning, far from me. I've seen how your routine has stolen your peace, how the noise and demands of the world have drowned out the whisper of my spirit within your heart. You were made for more than just checking off tasks or surviving another day. I want you to return to what truly matters. To remember who I am and the place I hold in your life. Where have you been investing your time lately, my child? What has taken the place that once belonged to me in your thoughts and in your heart? I know many of these things seem urgent, but they only drain your energy and wear down your soul. It's time to rediscover the essence, to place the eternal above the temporary. When you focus on me, your path aligns, your vision clears, your soul blossoms, and your peace returns. I want you to pause for a moment and recognize what you've been losing without even realizing it. Distractions have pulled you away from my presence, and when that happens, everything around you loses its shine. Have you noticed how restless your soul feels, how you search for peace in places that cannot offer it? You've become so accustomed to the gifts I've given you that you've stopped treasuring them as miracles. I am the one who wakes you each morning, who breathes life into your lungs, who surrounds you with love through the people in your life. And still, so often, it all goes unnoticed. I don't want the day to come when you recognize the worth of what you had only after it's gone. My child, every detail you call normal is actually the fruit of my constant grace. I challenge you today to see your life through different eyes. Give thanks before it's gone. Cherish it before it slips away. What you have right now is sacred, even if it feels simple. When your soul learns to see with gratitude, everything changes. There are things you've stopped being thankful for: your health, your home, your ability to think, to feel, to love. You've received more than you realize, but your heart has become too occupied to notice. Today, I come to remind you, guard what I've given you. Protect the peace I've already secured for you. Honor the time with your loved ones. Even in the storms, remember that the calm within you comes from your faith in me. The days pass quickly, and what you ignore today may be what you long for tomorrow. That's why I want to awaken in you a deep sense of gratitude. I invite you to write upon your heart a word of praise, a reminder of all you've received, even without asking. Because when you recognize the worth of what you have, your heart will overflow with a joy the world cannot steal. Don't let routine numb your sensitivity, my beloved child. What seems ordinary today may one day be revealed as one of the greatest treasures of your life. Live with awareness, with gratitude, with eyes open to the divine that surrounds you every moment. But I know there's more inside you than just fatigue or distraction. There are also silent battles, internal struggles you haven't shared with anyone. You've been carrying wounds even you have tried to forget, emotions you've buried instead of facing. You've withheld forgiveness from others, and from yourself. You carry doubts you hide behind smiles and busyness. But I see it all, even the things you're afraid to look at. And I come not to condemn but to heal. What remains hidden grows like bitter roots that choke your faith, your peace, your relationships. I want to touch those hidden places. I want to heal what silently eats away at you. Stop ignoring what cries for your attention from within. Because the more you neglect it, the further you drift from the fullness I created you for. Bring it to the light, my child. What's in darkness must be exposed so that healing can begin. I am here. I am the light that dispels all shadows. I am the healer who treats your soul with truth and tenderness. Trust me, even if you're afraid. I know there are areas of your life where you still haven't let me in. Places where you say, "Not this, Lord." But it's exactly there that I want to act. Because it's in the place of your weakness that I want to reveal my strength. What brings you shame, I cover with grace. What frightens you, I surround with love. I do not reject you for your shadows, I shine light into them. But I need you to give me access. To open your soul without reservation. To let me touch what's wounded, broken, hidden. That is where I can perform the true miracle. And the first step is yours, to acknowledge, to surrender, to trust. Nothing you face is greater than my power. Nothing in your past can prevent the new life I have prepared for you. Open your heart, my child. Let me heal. Let me transform. Let me fully restore what neither the world nor you yourself could fix. Today, my beloved, I ask you to make a quiet and profound decision, to rediscover me. Choose me again in the middle of the noise. Allow my spirit to lead you back to the center. There is a new life waiting for you, not as a reward, but as a reunion with your eternal purpose. I want to return to you the peace you lost, the clarity that disappeared, the love that sustains you. But it all begins with your honest surrender. Do not delay this step any longer. Don't wait for another day to answer what your soul already longs for. Distractions will always try to steal your attention, but if your focus is on me, nothing can pull your heart away. I am here, at the door. I knock with love, with urgency, with hope. Return to me, and everything will fall back into place. My presence is your greatest treasure. And it's within reach, right now. Receive my call, child, and walk once more in the light. I am waiting. I love you. I am your God. My dear child, you may feel like you've reached the end of the road, as if you've tried everything and nothing has changed. I know your weary heart and the silent cries that no one else hears, but I hear them. I am here, knocking at the door of your innermost being. I have not come with condemnation, but with restoration. Every wounded part, every hidden corner of your soul, I can heal. What you think is ruined beyond repair is, to me, merely a vessel that I can renew with my own hands. Let me in. Allow my presence to reach the deepest part of your being. Nothing is lost to me. What looks like the end, I can turn into a new beginning. There are signs in your life, subtle, quiet, trying to show you that I'm still here. Don't ignore them. My love is speaking to you through every small hope that refuses to die. I see everything, even what you try to hide. Your pain, your doubts, your inner battles, they are all visible to me, not to shame you, but so that I may heal you completely. You look at the facts and surrender to fear, but I want to teach you how to see with the eyes of faith. Faith isn't closing your eyes to reality, it's opening them to what only I can do. When you feel fragile and vulnerable, that is where I can act with greatest power. I am your strength. I am your comfort. And if today you allow me, we can begin a journey of rebuilding. It doesn't matter what was destroyed, it doesn't matter what broke inside you. I can make it new. I walk beside you even when you don't feel it. My footsteps are next to yours even when you think you're alone. My spirit sustains you with every step, even in the darkness. Listen closely, this day is unique. You might think everything is the same, that nothing has changed. But I tell you, today is a new page. Each morning is an opportunity designed by me, with care, with love, with purpose. Don't drag the chains of yesterday into today. The pain you felt, the falls, the exhaustion, I've seen it all, but this day does not have to be the same. Today is a gift. What you couldn't accomplish yesterday doesn't mean today is impossible. I am opening new doors, bringing strength where there was weakness, renewing your spirit. Don't let the shadows of the past keep you from seeing the light of the present. Something new is being born, and it requires your attention, your willingness, your surrendered heart, and the eyes of your soul wide open. Write a word of hope on your mind. Declare within yourself that I am still God, that I still perform miracles, that I still care. Today, more than ever, I am here. What you need may be different than what you asked for yesterday, but know that I'm paying attention to every detail. Nothing escapes my gaze. Even what seems delayed is arriving at the perfect time. Don't abandon your faith. Don't let discouragement take over. This day has been carefully prepared by me for you. It's not luck or coincidence, it's providence. I am taking care of everything. If you could see what I'm aligning behind the scenes of your life, your heart would be filled with peace. You don't need to understand everything. You only need to trust. And to trust means to rest even without understanding. Don't walk as if this is just another ordinary day. Today could be the day everything changes. But it all starts with one step: believe. Truly believe. Open your heart. Keep your ears attentive to my voice and your eyes open to my signs. My child, the time has come for you to reflect deeply. It's not just about the circumstances around you, but about what's happening inside you. You know something is at stake, something sacred, something precious, your faith and your peace. And when those two are shaken, everything else becomes unstable. How many times have you lost your peace because you stopped trusting that I was still in control? Faith and peace walk hand in hand. When one weakens, the other fades. But today I am calling you to rebuild both. Start by looking at me, not at your problems. The peace I offer you doesn't come from the world or quick solutions, but from the certainty that I am with you. That I am by your side, guiding your life. Even if everything seems chaotic, I am still God. I still reign. Don't try to control everything. Don't carry the world on your shoulders. Let go of the weight. Give me your anxieties, your fears, and your doubts. Let me take care of them. True peace comes when you trust my will, even when you don't understand every step of the path. There are storms you cannot avoid, but if your faith stands firm, your peace will remain even in the midst of the tempest. What's at stake is not just a hard phase, it's your ability to trust me fully. Today, choose to live by faith. That decision changes everything. It doesn't matter what your eyes see, what matters is what your heart believes. And if you believe that I am your God, that I am still working, then your peace will not be shaken. Declare this right now: my peace is in God. Let that become a living truth inside of you. Today might be the day everything changes. And it all begins when you choose to trust, even without understanding. My child, take a deep breath and listen carefully, because every word I pour over you today is filled with my love, my care, and the security only I can give. You have been searching for signs, crying out for direction, feeling confused as if you were walking through a fog not knowing where to go. But you are not lost. I have been leaving footprints along your path. Maybe you expected my signs to be loud, obvious, monumental. However, I speak to you in subtlety, in the discreet, in the everyday. In the silence of a night when your soul cries out, in the calm voice of someone who crosses your path with just the right word, in a door that closes without explanation or one that opens unexpectedly. Do you see? I have not left you. On the contrary, I have been closer than you imagine, whispering truths that only the quiet heart can understand. What I ask of you today is simple but profound: stop, pay attention, and trust. You don't need to understand everything, you just need to keep walking by my side in faith. There are many times when your plans fall apart, and you ask yourself, "Why, Lord?" But, my child, if only you could see what I see, if you could observe the danger I kept you from, the trap I saved you from, or the blessing reserved for a better time, you would not doubt my ways. What you considered a loss may have been a loving redirection from me. That opportunity that disappeared just when you thought everything would align in your favor may have been my way of sparing you greater pain. I do not make mistakes. Every time a door closes on you and you wonder why, I invite you to trust that I have a bigger, better door prepared for you. I want you to look at the events in your life not as mere coincidences but as pieces of a perfect puzzle that I am patiently putting together. Even when something seems insignificant or a change causes you frustration, I am working. I will not always show you the whole picture because faith is built step by step, but I will always give you enough to move forward with certainty. Learn to see with the eyes of the Spirit. This world has accustomed you to noise, to speed, to living in a hurry without stopping to listen. But I do not dwell in haste. I dwell in pause, in reflection, in that moment when you make silence and choose to look beyond what is visible. There are things you can only discern if you are willing to slow your pace and hand me your questions without demands. Because even though I may not always answer in the way you expect, I assure you I am always responding. Do you remember that encounter you did not plan but that brought you comfort? That idea that came just in time? That delay that seemed annoying but avoided a worse situation? My child, I am in those details. I am a God of deep care, I leave nothing to chance. The signs are everywhere, but only those who have decided to walk with me by faith, not by sight, recognize them. Therefore, I call you today to look beyond appearances, to read between the lines, to listen with your soul. I am speaking to you. And if you are reading these words today, it is no coincidence. This is one of my signs for you. This day is not just any day, it is a day I prepared with a special purpose. It doesn't matter how you woke up or what happened yesterday. This moment can be the start of a new path. But I need you to make a decision. Will you keep waiting until you feel ready, or will you dare to act in faith? Many blessings are held back because you are waiting for everything to be perfect, for there to be no fear, for no risk. But I do not work according to human logic. I honor faith. And faith does not wait for complete security to act. Faith moves forward even with trembling, even with uncertainty. I want you to know that I have already given you what you need to start. You don't need more time, more resources, or more preparation. You need more trust in me. What you have now, who you are now, is enough to take that first step that will transform your life. I know fear wants to paralyze you. I know doubts whisper that you will not succeed, that you are not yet capable, that you need to wait a little longer. But I tell you, the time is now. Every time you postpone what you know you must do, you allow the blessing to be delayed as well. Do not wait for everything to align according to your criteria. If I have already spoken, if I have already shown the way, act. I am the one who opens and closes doors, who provides what is needed, who strengthens your steps. You are not alone. Every time you move forward in faith, I walk with you. Do not let procrastination steal your destiny. Get up. Make that decision. Send that message. Take that step. Trust. I will be there. Remember, the miracle often begins when you dare to move, even without seeing the whole path. Finally, my child, I want you to remember that I am a God who is near. I am not distant or indifferent to your struggles. I care about every aspect of your life. Your dreams, your battles, your tears, your secret longings. I know them all. I am with you when everything shines, but also when everything seems to fade. And beyond what you can see or understand today, I want you to keep this truth in your heart: I am guiding you. Every moment, through means you often do not understand. And if you decide to trust me, if you choose to see life through different eyes, you will discover that the answers you long for are already in front of you. You only need to stop, observe, pray, and act. I will do the rest. You are not lost, you are not alone, you are not without direction. I am your God, and as long as you walk with me, you will never walk in vain. Declare with faith, guide me, Lord, if you are willing to open the eyes of your soul and recognize the signs of love I have placed on your path. My beloved son, I know that fear and doubt want to stop you, whispering that you should wait, that the time is not yet right, that the perfect opportunity is still far away. But listen carefully to what I have to say. The perfect opportunity is not a moment I give you. It is in the faith you create and the obedience with which you decide to act. When you move guided by my voice, trusting in what I ask of you, I act on your behalf. The action you take today can be the answer to the prayer you have carried in your heart for so long. Do not wait for the ideal moment, because the true moment is when you decide to obey and trust. I am here, calling you out of your comfort zone, to take that step you have postponed, to move forward even when you cannot see the whole path. I am opening the road before your feet. Do not doubt, do not hesitate. Acting today is a powerful demonstration of your faith. Every step you take, even when you do not see the full direction, I am guiding you. Trust and take the first step, because it is in that instant that I reveal myself, that I manifest the impossible. Remember, it is not about waiting but about acting with faith and obedience. I hear you, my son. Every prayer you make reaches me. I know you ask for signs, clear answers, visible direction. And I respond, I always respond, but the challenge is in recognizing my answer, in accepting what I send. Often, you ask me to show the way in a grand, spectacular way, something impossible to ignore. However, my answers do not always come like that. I speak in many ways. Through an unexpected situation, a sudden change of plans, the word of someone, or even by a silent peace that touches your heart. I never stop responding, but you need to have your eyes and heart open to see my answers because they are not always what you want. Sometimes the sign comes as a closed door, a silent no that contradicts your plans, an invitation to wait or change course. When this happens, repeat with me, let your will be done. Even when you think I am not listening or I do not care, know that I always know what is best for you. I may say no or wait to protect you. I never leave a prayer unanswered. You can be sure of that. Accept my answers, even when they do not align with your desires. My plan is perfect and greater than you can imagine. How many times have you ignored my signs because they did not seem impressive? How many times did you wait for something great while I was already showing the way in small details? I am constantly answering your prayers, but it is you who must learn to recognize these signs I place before your eyes. Not all of them will be thunderous miracles or spectacular visions. Many times my messages come quietly, silently, almost imperceptible, but they deeply transform your life. Learn to see with your heart, my son. Silence the noise of the world to hear my whisper. Every step you take with me, no matter how small it seems, has an eternal purpose. If you feel I am speaking to you through the details, acknowledge it, because I am speaking. Open your heart to listen to me, to accept that I am present in every moment, even when the world urges you to run and stray from my voice. And when doubt knocks, and fear tries to take over, remember that I am with you every step of the way. You are never alone, never abandoned. My grace surrounds you every moment, even when you feel lost, that nothing is going right, that doors are closing. Trust, even if you do not see the end of the tunnel. Faith does not eliminate fear but invites you to walk despite it. Bring every decision, every fear, every dream to me. I am not here to force you but to walk beside you, to show that my presence is light even in the darkest places. I never leave a prayer of yours unanswered. It may seem like the time is long, that there are no signs, but I am always working for your good, even in small things, in silent gestures, in details that seem insignificant. Trust the process. I am faithful, and when you seek me with sincerity, with an open soul and pure heart, I always hear you, guide you, and strengthen you. Now I want you to pause in the midst of your struggle and look around. See the small signs I place on your path. They are real, they are my answers, the proof of my love and care. Do not ignore, do not reject what I have already shown you. Open your eyes wide because right now I am speaking to you. I know pain can deafen your faith, that losses can weigh on your heart, that discouragement can try to knock you down. But know that nothing that happens to you takes me by surprise. Before everything happened, I was already preparing your heart for what would come. I am with you in every tear, every challenge, every moment of silence and anguish. I understand your pain and will not abandon you. Even when it seems there is no way out, I am the way out. Even when all seems lost, I am the beginning of something new and wonderful. Trust me, my son, and repeat with me, I am willing to see the signs of God. My beloved child, I know that the blow of loss can come suddenly, as if something were ripped from you without warning, leaving the ground unstable beneath your feet and your soul full of doubt. When life takes something precious from you, I understand the whirlwind of questions that assail you. Why? For what purpose? Where is the justice? I want you to know, from the deepest part of my eternal being, that you are not alone. I was with you even before this moment arrived. I prepared your soul to endure this pain, even if your mind does not yet comprehend. I see beyond what your eyes can reach, and the emptiness that consumes you today is not an accident, nor a punishment. It is a necessary chapter for the transformation I am working within you. What seemed to have departed is actually opening space for something greater and more beautiful to be born. The absence that makes you feel helpless is the sacred space where my invisible hands work to restore what was broken. Even though your pain screams inside you, it is only the seed of a rebirth that will bloom when you least expect it. Trust, because I am the God who lifts the fallen and strengthens the weak, and on this journey, I am with you, holding the weight that feels unbearable. I know it's hard to believe when everything hurts, when the emptiness seems to crush your chest, but remember who I am, the God of restoration, the one who transforms what seems lost into something new. Do not let sadness extinguish the flame of hope that dwells in your heart. I see every tear you have quietly shed, and I feel your pain as if it were my own. But in the midst of the darkness, I make you a promise that will never be broken. I will never abandon you. Even in the longest nights, when weakness seems to dominate your soul, I am your unshakable strength, your safe refuge. Do not carry the burden that weighs you down alone. Let me help you rise, move forward, and cross the dark valley hand in hand with you. What you lost may seem like the end of a story, but for me it is only the beginning of a new path, full of purposes still hidden to your eyes but already written in my heart. I want you to believe that this moment of pain is preparing the ground for an abundant life, for a story written with the ink of victory, not defeat. Trust, my child, is the key that opens the doors to the impossible. I understand that life presents you with uncertainties that shake not only external circumstances but also everything you carry inside, your dreams, your faith, your hope. It is precisely in those moments that trusting me becomes vital. When you place your trust in me, something changes in your soul, fear loses its grip, anxiety calms, and the need to control everything gives way to peace. Trust is an act of surrender to my will, knowing that every detail of your life is under my attentive and loving watch. Nothing, absolutely nothing escapes my notice. What you fear losing, whether a person, a material possession, your own peace, or your purpose, I guard for you, preserving it with care. Trust is not a guarantee of an easy path, but it radically transforms the way you face storms. It frees you from the burden of trying to understand and control everything, allowing you to rest in the certainty that I am in complete control. Choosing to trust me every day is a decision that protects you from unseen dangers and leads you on safe paths, where my steps are your constant guide. I want you to understand that even when you try to hold everything tightly, carrying the burdens of life alone, I invite you to let go. Give everything into my hands, because what is too heavy becomes light when I take command. You were not made to fight alone, nor to live under the weight of fear and uncertainty. I am in front of everything, opening a way when you cannot find an exit, holding your hand when you think you will fall. Trust is this invisible bridge that connects your soul to my constant presence, where there is no abandonment, only love and care. If today you decide to let go of what you cannot control, you will feel the relief of living in peace, even amid difficulties. Because, my child, I am writing a story with you that will not end in defeat, but in victory. The paths I choose for you are just and full of purpose, and nothing you have lived through will be lost or forgotten. What hurt, what broke, will not have the power to define who you are or what is to come. In this new time, I want you to abandon attachment to what no longer serves, to what no longer fits into the plan I have for you. What has gone away, what caused pain, will not be your destiny. I am creating something new inside you, something even you cannot imagine, but it will be wonderful. Every tear that falls today will be transformed into strength, wisdom, and learning. I know that rebirth does not happen without suffering, but I promise that each tear will have a purpose and will be used to make you stronger. In this process, your soul will be strengthened by my constant presence. I am your refuge, your shield, and your living hope. I guide you to see beauty where before there was only pain, to recognize that every loss is the beginning of a great work in your life. Every decision you make today has the power to shape the path you will walk tomorrow, and I am with you every step of the way, leading you to a destiny full of light and peace. My child, always remember, you are not alone, you never have been, and you never will be. Even when silence seems loud and loneliness tries to settle in, I am by your side, whispering words of comfort and renewal. Do not fear what seems to be the end, because I am the God of new beginnings, the creator of endless possibilities. I lift you up, renew you, and strengthen you so you can go forward with courage and faith. Let your heart open to the new, even if it still hurts today. Trust in me is the foundation that sustains you, the shelter where you find peace and the strength to continue. Give your path into my hands, let go of what weighs you down, and allow me to write a new story in your life, a story of restoration, hope, and victory. My son, you may not realize it right now, but every choice you make today is carefully shaping the future that awaits you. It's not something that happens by chance or luck, but rather the direction you allow your life to take with each passing moment. That is why, now more than ever, I ask you to listen to my voice, to seek my guidance before you act, for I see beyond what your eyes can reach. I know what is yet to come, the future you cannot yet imagine, and the deepest desire of my heart is to lead you on the best path. Many times, you react impulsively, overwhelmed by strong emotions, paralyzed by fear, burdened by pressure, or disoriented by anxiety. But I want you to understand that the decisions you make today do not just define the present, they draw the map of your destiny. The way you respond to situations, how you treat those who cross your path, where you invest your time and energy, these things leave an indelible mark on the journey you are walking. Every seed planted today, whether with wisdom or neglect, will sprout tomorrow. So do not let chance guide your life. Stop, reflect, and ask yourself if the path you intend to follow aligns with me and with the purpose I have for you. Not every open door was placed by me, and not every road that seems promising to your eyes is the one I prepared for your happiness and fulfillment. When haste takes hold of your heart, pause and hear my voice that whispers with patience and love. Decisions made without reflection, driven by impulse and external pressures, can pull you away from the divine purpose I have reserved for you. But know this, when you turn to me with sincerity and humility, seeking my direction before choosing, I show you the right way, the one that leads to true, lasting blessings without regrets. Today can be the day that marks a decisive turning point in your story, the moment when everything changes for the better. Do not underestimate the power of small decisions, for even those that seem insignificant carry great weight in the unfolding of your days. You don't need to understand every detail of the future, that is for me, who see beyond the horizon. Just trust me and act according to my will, because when you do, you are building a tomorrow full of peace, meaning, and fulfillment. You may not see it now, but I see the outcome of your choices even before they happen. I know the consequences of your yes and no when guided by faith in me. And I promise that if you base yourself on the trust you place in me, your future will be far better than you can imagine at this moment. Trust, my son, and allow my hand to lead your steps. The path I have prepared is lit with hope and full of purpose. But I also want to warn you about something that may be going unnoticed, the daily traps the world sets before you. They are subtle, almost invisible, but powerful enough to blind your heart. They distract you, divert your attention from what truly matters. If you're not careful, these traps can slowly pull you away from the purpose I have for your life. They are the excessive worries about the future, the pressure of work, the opinions of others, and even excessive entertainment. All of these, drop by drop, can steal the space in your heart that should belong to me alone. The world is constantly trying to fill your life with false urgencies and fleeting worries that, instead of strengthening, weaken your soul and distance it from what makes it flourish. Have you ever felt overwhelmed, as if being pulled in 1,000 directions at once? That happens when you allow external demands to occupy your entire being, stealing your time for silence, contemplation, and connection with me. If this has happened, right now in your heart, I want to return to the center. Because this is exactly what I want for you, to return to the place where everything begins and everything has meaning, my eternal embrace. One of the most dangerous traps the world offers is to live on autopilot. To fulfill obligations, meet expectations, and carry out tasks, but with a heart disconnected from the eternal, from what truly gives life. When routine takes over completely, your heart hardens, and each day becomes just another day, another empty obligation. You lose sight of purpose, of the deep meaning of your existence. My son, be careful with these traps that blind your spirit. The accumulated fatigue, constant hurry, and even the desire to please everyone can take you away from the plan I have specially prepared for you. I want you to live intentionally, consciously, with your heart awake to what really matters. Take a pause and ask yourself, what am I allowing to occupy my heart? What is stealing my peace and pulling me away from God? Identify those invisible traps that harden your heart and keep you from walking with me. When you move away from my presence, when you let worries dominate your thoughts, you lose spiritual clarity. But I am here, always ready to help you escape those invisible nets and bring you back to the place where your heart finds rest and hope. Today is the moment to regain control of your life, to return to the center, to let me guide your choices. Do not allow the world's distractions to steal your attention, nor false worries to take hold of your spirit. Remember that every decision, no matter how small, has the power to transform your journey. Do not be fooled by haste or momentary impulses. Seek my voice in the silence, because that is where I reveal safe paths and sure steps that lead to the full life I have for you. If you feel that this message has touched your heart, write with me, I choose to sow wisely. Trust in me, my son. When your heart aligns with my purpose, you are planting seeds of blessing that will bloom abundantly in your future. I am the God who sees the invisible, who knows every detail of your tomorrow, and I am here to guide your steps today. Entrust your decisions into my hands, and I will make them the solid foundation for a path full of light, hope, and purpose. Walk with me, because together we will build a story of victory and fulfillment. I hope this message has been an inspiration to you. If it touched your heart, write Amen in the comments and share it with someone who also needs to hear this word. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and a suggestion to strengthen your spiritual journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more inspiring content like this. See you tomorrow.